Hello and welcome to Cliff Review's Art House. This time I'm reviewing the documentary Sly Lives, aka The Burden of Black Genius, directed by Questlove. I've always loved the music of Sly and the Family Stone, so I was really interested in this documentary. I hadn't seen Questlove's other documentary, The Summer of Soul, but I have now watched it and I've done a separate review of that. Sly Stone was a genius, a great musician. He had no barriers in terms of genres, race, gender. He was a real revolutionary. He's a great example of someone who refused to be defined by others. He was a political and cultural activist through his music. He was a really powerful phenomenon, I think. The documentary looked great. It's got this late 1960s, early 1970s aesthetic, how the band looked, the clothes, the style, the grainy footage. It's just a joy to look at. The documentary balances the incredible music with the broader cultural and political issues that set the context within this music was created. It's a perfect blend. It's a real celebration of the music. We see some of their iconic hits dissected, such as Dance with the Music. This is done in really creative ways. There's such an appreciation for the genius of the music. But then, the film also covers the band's role in addressing racial and gender dynamics in the music industry. There was nothing quite like Sly and the Family Stone. It contained men and women, black and white, a woman playing the trumpet, a white man providing the rhythm on the drums. It was a real statement, and the documentary really allows us to understand just how radical this was. It's made as a conventional documentary with lots of talking heads, but the interviews are really engaging, and the documentary does offer really valuable perspectives on Sly Stone's influence and the challenge faced by black artists. I like the idea of documentary as an art form in itself, as a medium of art, as an experimental art form, but sometimes a documentary is so content rich that it would only work within a conventional format. There is a reason why the conventional documentary format evolved. This is one of two documentaries that Questlove has now made. He previously released Summer of Soul. There are similarities in the way that both of these are made. I must say that they're both fantastic. Sly Lives doesn't shy away from covering the problems Sly faced. Addiction, unreliability, often being late on stage. He's actually still alive, but he hasn't been in the public eye for many years. The film raises the idea of the burden of black genius. He was so radical, so free. He had no peers. And it was a very lonely place. Questlove proposes a theory, it's in the title, Sly Lives, aka The Burden of Black Genius, that black artists often struggle under the weight of both their own brilliance and the culture and the societal demands placed upon them. The documentary examines how black artists are expected to shoulder both artistic excellence and cultural responsibility, often at great personal cost. Sly Lives tells the story of a sad trajectory from a visionary funk icon to a figure plagued by problems. The film suggests that his problems reflect the toll of this burden, that the expectations placed on Stone, both as a musical genius and a black cultural leader, contributed to his retreat from the spotlight. This is a really smart and engaging documentary. Really great content presented in a conventional but very compelling way. It's moving, it's inspiring, and at times it's really thrilling. But a story with a sad ending, really. However, as a documentary, it's fantastic, and it absolutely comes with the highest recommendation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.